The sins never die. Can't watch the blood on the hands. Let the world fill us all. It's just me.
What's up everyone, Darcblade here bringing you another tactical guidance operation video for Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. In this episode I'm going to be demonstrating how to get an S rank on Mission 30 or Episode 30, Skullface. Now this mission has two main mandatory mission objectives, and that is to make contact with Skullface, and the second is to acquire information from Skullface. Both of these are achieved once you reach the mission's end, so you don't have to go out of your way or do anything special for these mission objectives. Now as you can see, what I normally do with these missions is I mark the route I'm going to take to my mission objective on the map. This is quite a big military installation, split into 4 parts, and we're going to have to carefully sneak into the base. With this in mind, I'm going to be taking this mission on with stealth, going for the no trace bonus. You can, if you want, make things easier for yourself and go for the perfect stealth no kills bonus. And if you do, bring along non-lethal weaponry. Taking the same route I do in this video, just simply tranquilizing the enemies ahead of you, will easily allow you to complete this mission and get that S rank. Anyway, for my buddy, I've brought along D-Dog to help me mark enemy locations on the map as I move through without having to manually mark them, as well as a vehicle. However, the vehicle is only for the first part of this mission. Once we get to the location marked with a D, we're going to dismount, get out of the vehicle and go along the cliff face to the left. Now this area is going to be crawling with guards. There are guards with spotlights, guards in walker gears, guards with snipers, guards patrolling. There's a lot of them, so you have to be very cautious. With this in mind, it's wise not to sprint too much in this mission objective. Okay, you can sprint at the start or when you know there's no one around you, but there'll be many examples during this walkthrough of why I'm not sprinting. Anyway, going around the left, going around the cliff face will allow us access over this wall. Now we'll be able to sneak along the left side of this area, using the rocks to break line of sights with enemies and avoid contact. If you are about to be spotted or someone notices you, you can simply use these rocks to break their line of sight, and normally they will lose interest in you and go back to their patrol. In this first area, the only one who causes any sort of hassle is the walker gear if it notices you. As for that, the guards using the spotlights can be easily avoided as long as you're patient and just wait for the spotlight to move to another location. Like I said, if you had tranquilizer weaponry with you and you were going for the perfect stealth no kills bonus and didn't want to get the no trace bonus, then you can tranquilize the guards on the spotlights. Just be careful that their colleagues may notice. Anyway, for those of you who don't know, the no trace bonus is basically we're going to complete this mission using no weaponry, no offensive items, basically nothing in an offensive manner. This also includes companion abilities. Now once we get up here, we're pretty much clear and we're able to sprint a little bit to the second location. In this second area, again, there will be loads of guards scattered around the place, some patrolling, some on spotlights. There will be another walker gear. There will also be snipers in this area. You can, if you want, switch to the right side, as you can still infiltrate this base from the right side. However, I found it easier on the left side. Also, especially if you're going for the perfect stealth no kills bonus and using non-lethal weaponry, it's wise to have your combat unit up to date. Mine wasn't, as you see, and as a result there are directional mines in my way. However, this isn't an issue and I should still be able to get past them. However, if you're using non-lethal weaponry, like I said, you need to be aware and up to date with your combat unit so enemy soldiers are not covered in body armor and such, as these will deflect non-lethal tranquilizer rounds, making it a lot tougher for yourself. The soldiers we are facing are XOF soldiers, so regardless of how the combat unit is doing, they will still come with heavily armoured gear. But having your combat unit up to date should still help during this mission. Now in this bit here, we have to be careful of the guard who is 53 meters away from us. His spotlight will face our direction, so when we're approaching him we need to be careful. If he looks like he's going to turn and face our direction again, we need to drop behind a rock or a fence. Having D-Dog here with you sometimes can cause more problems than it's worth, because sometimes the spotlight guy will see D-Dog and go to shoo him. This will make his patrol pattern a little bit out of sync. This actually applies to anyone who spots D-Dog. If they see him, they will try to shoo him, get him to move along, and this will put them out of their patrol cycle for a few seconds. Now as we sneak past the spotlight guard, we need to head over to the area marked with a G. Normally the guard ahead of me would either have a partner with him or be further along, near the guy who's about 50 so meters away from us. They normally walk as a pair, but for some reason they won't. But this doesn't matter, as long as you're not sprinting, you shouldn't draw his attention. Just stay low and keep moving forward. Anyway, while we make our way over there, I'll go over the additional objectives available to you in this mission. The first is to extract 4 walker gears. This is simple enough. All you have to do is take out the walker gear drivers and use the Fulton recovery on them. Just make sure you have the Fulton recovery upgraded to the point where it says cargo 2. Now, before moving on to talk about the other additional objectives available to you in this mission, I have to say something, that sometimes patrols will go out of sync. This sometimes can make the perfect mission more difficult than it should be. Sometimes this is unavoidable, and if it should happen to you, you just simply have to adapt your tactics a little bit. Failing that, you can always restart the mission again. Anyway, next, we're going to be climbing up this crack in the wall and going over the wall and heading into the next section. You have to be careful though, because the patrolling guards to your right will start to turn back, so don't sprint still, stay low and keep on moving. Next, we're going over this small stone ladder and into the next section. The next section is a little bit tricky. It's probably the trickiest section of the 4 of them. There is a helicopter patrolling the sky, so you have to be careful of them. There are multiple guards at different levels around the area too, so you need to be aware of them. There are also security cameras, because my combat team were slacking, so you have to keep an eye on them too. With all that in mind, we need to avoid that camera and head to the red door. We're going to have to lockpick it too, as it's locked at the moment. Anyway, as we make our way there, the next additional objective is to obtain the cassette tape at the OKB0. The OKB0 is actually this base, so there is a cassette tape here we need to locate. I will be pointing that out as we progress through this mission. It's actually towards the end of the mission. Anyway, there is another red door we need to worry about, but not just because it's locked, it's because there is a camera outside. We need to open this door and make sure the camera is facing away from our location, or we will be spotted. The best way to avoid cameras is to actually go directly underneath them. After which we need to aim for the stairs ahead of us. But we have to be careful again, not only because of the camera, and not only because of the helicopter patrolling, but also because there are 2 guards who can easily spot you climbing these stairs. Luckily, the guard ahead of me, who was on the next level above, was not in a position to see me. Also, the guard who's to my left now was not able to see me either, as he was inside the building. Anyway, continue up these stairs, get on your belly and crawl along the wall. This is to help avoid the helicopter. We're going to be hugging this wall until we can turn left. However, there should be a patrolling guard unit we have to take care of. But remember, we are going for the no trace bonus, so we can't use anything offensive against them. If you're going for the perfect stealth, no kills bonus, just simply tranquilize these 2 guards. As for those who want to go for the no trace bonus, we need to back up, and we're going to be using the cardboard box. The cardboard box doesn't actually count as an offensive item, so we're going to be using the cardboard box around this location here for when the guards come past. As we're in quite an inconspicuous location, the guards shouldn't notice the box and we should not be spotted. The only trouble is sometimes positioning the box can be a little bit awkward. Also, we need to be aware of the guards behind us on the next level up, as they still might be able to see us. As you can see, someone noticed someone there, and if we look up behind us, we'll see that there is a guard who has noticed someone who's coming to investigate. However, we should have enough time for these guards to pass and continue on our mission. However, you may have noticed that the guards have bumped into D-Dog and are shooing him along. This is interrupting their patrolling pattern, but luckily, D-Dog also bumped into the guard who was coming to inspect what was going on. This gives me ample time to get out of the box and continue on my way. If you're following what I did in this mission, then just simply get in the box earlier than I did to avoid this from happening. Anyway, we continue on our mission, moving to the left, through this tunnel to our right and up this stone set of stairs. Once we reach the top of this stone ladder, we need to turn left again. We are now going to be jumping over this small fence, then to our right, and then into the 4th and final area. There's not really much we have to worry about in this area. Okay, the helicopter is still a little bit of an issue, and there is a walker gear and some guards, but we can easily avoid them by sticking to this left and dropping down once we get to the end of this walkway. The main worry here is the walker gear who is stood outside of the gate we need to enter. However, if you time it correctly, you should be able to get past him with no trouble at all. He rarely looks directly behind him, so simply jump down when he's looking away from you. After which, get down on your belly for the best results to crawl into the cargo elevator area. This should be it for the guards who are in our way, and potentially pretty much the mission. All we have to do now is climb to the top of this area. Anyway, I'll go over the final additional objectives available to you in this mission. The next is to extract 7 red containers from this base. They're scattered all over the place, but you will need to make sure you have the Fulton recovery upgraded to the point where it says cargo 2 again. And the final additional objective is to extract 3 tanks again from this base. Similar to the red containers, they are scattered in the various sections of this base. They are also parked, so you don't really have to contend with them, just extract them. And again, like the previous mission objectives, you need to make sure you've upgraded the Fulton recovery to the point where it says cargo 2. Both of these additional objectives are best tackled when you're not on time restraints, when you're not going for the S rank basically. Now going back to that additional objective that involved the cassette tape, if you look to my left here, you'll see the cargo elevator. The cassette tape is actually in there, so you just jump over this catwalk, down there and over to the tape. The tape contains the song Heaven's Divide, so it's well worth getting. After you got the cassette tape, head back up to the catwalk and up the stairs to the heliport. Here you will meet Skullface and complete the mission. Although technically the mission may be over, there are numerous cutscenes, so you need to skip these. This is because cutscenes do count towards the total mission time. So press the options button, go to skip, and skip them as much as possible. I believe you'll come across 3 cutscenes before the mission ends. You'll know when the mission is over, as it will go to the mission complete screen. These ending cutscenes are very story heavy, so if you're playing this through for the first time, then it is worth watching them. If not, like I said, skip them as fast as possible. Anyway, if you've done what I've done in this video here, you should have completed the mission in a okay time. It's not the quickest, it could have been a lot quicker if we went for the perfect stealth, no kills and used non-lethal weaponry, but we did get that no traces bonus that guaranteed us an S rank. Anyway, I hope this video helped, and until next time, I've been Darcblade, bringing you another tactical guidance operation video for how to get an S rank on Mission 30, Skullface, in Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Hope you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching, subscribe and like for more.